As humans, we sometimes believe that what we know is the best practice, which makes it a challenge for us to embrace change. A friend once wrote on her Instagram page, "Growth is pain." She made this statement on her blog, Life with OB, as she tried to explain her relocation experience from Africa to Canada. I invite you to listen to this episode because in this episode, I'll discuss my first experience as an educator in Canada using play-based method of teaching through loose parts. Welcome to my audio presentation, Play and Learn. I am your host, Queen Ojemudia. This audio presentation expresses various ways to interact, play, and learn with kids. To get a bi-weekly episode, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Play and Learn, and also follow us on our Instagram page, PLY_learn. First of all, let me explain the meaning of loose parts. Loose parts are materials that can be used in various ways. Examples of loose parts are buttons, bottle caps, pine cones, and cups. Here is my story. Relocating to a new country, it was so difficult to understand how children can learn through loose parts. I was not always comfortable with the children's play-based learning because of my cultural background on what I believe and what I am already used to. Back home, children between 2 to 4 years old are expected to sit on a table with pen and paper, following teachers' instructions on what to write and how to write. My son, who was 4 years at that time, was already reading and writing. Then relocated to Canada, I noticed my son was having challenges reading and writing, which made me to question myself if I made the right decision relocating to Canada. As each day passes by, I was opportune to get a job in a new location. On my first day at work, I was shocked to see loose parts materials used in various ways: pine cones, wood, bottle lids, chairs, rocks, and lots more on the shelves as against the number, worksheets, and letters flashcard I was expecting to see. However, each day passed by, I discovered the importance of play-based learning using loose parts materials as I was amazed on what the children were able to create with these materials. I observed the children as they created shapes, letters, seashells, and human faces, sea animals, and also having a conversation with each other on what they created. With my big jaw dropped to the ground, I quickly realized and admitted to never underestimate the capability of play-based learning with loose parts materials. I embraced my new home. Looking at what children created with loose parts, I noticed that the classroom educators go beyond seeing only the children's creation, but also expanded the children's interest by exploring topics like under the sea, different types of sea animals, where sea animals can be found, and what they eat. Through this, children learned a lot about numbers by counting the seashells, identified animals under the sea, and also developed their language skills as they interact with each other. Another scenario was when I noticed some children in the classroom staking transparent cups to create power. I observed each child looking through the cups, saying how they can see the other child through their transparent tower. As I observed the children, an educator walked closer to the kids and looking at the children, she said, "Do you know why you can see through these cups?" The children gave their response as the educator introduced science into their play. Educator talked about transparent, translucent, and objects as well as learning distance, far and close objects. Loose part play helps children to problem solve, manipulate, use materials in various ways, as well as build self-esteem by allowing the child to be the director of their play. That's all for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. So if this is your first time, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Play and Learn, PLAYNLEARN, and follow us on Instagram, PLY_learn. To get new episodes we are going to talk about in the coming weeks. You can also leave a review, and also you can get more information about how to support children by attending free webinars online. Please do not forget to play